Hey, women's basketball has added 4 players from the transfer portal as Amber Whiting prepares for the Cougars' second season in the Big 12. 6'1" Kendra Gillespie from Arkansas State, 6' Kemery Martin from Cal, 6'2" Hattie Ogden from Buffalo, and 6' Marya Hudgins from Santa Clara. It's our pleasure to welcome Marya to the Wise Guys via Zoom tonight because I think you're still in school at Santa Clara. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
How's that going?
It's been going good. So we have like about 2, 3 more weeks here, but I don't have in-person finals, so I'm able to leave early. So I actually get to head to Provo on Saturday.
On Saturday. That's fantastic. So this is quite a group we just talked about. When are you all going to be in the gym together?
Yeah, so practices don't officially start till June 17th. So I'm super excited. Like within those 2 weeks, I'm gonna be there. Prior to that, though, we'll be running camps and lifting. Probably playing open gym and stuff like that. So we'll get to be together quite a bit on the court prior to practice officially starting.
Marya, you played against BYU a few times in your role at Santa Clara. Now you're joining up with them. Did you ever see that happening?
I did not see it happening. And honestly, either did any of my friends, family, former teammates and stuff like that. So I feel like it was just kind of luck of the draw, and entering the portal, you have no idea kind of where you're going to end up. I was very fortunate, to have BYU reach out to me when I entered the portal, and it now become home for me.
You grew up in Colorado, played 2 years for the Broncos there in Santa Clara, 7.6 points and 5.1 rebounds, shot 33% from the three-point line. So you come here with 2 years of eligibility, which we think is awesome. What is it that brought you together with BYU? I mean, they had to want you, but you had to want to come here to make this happen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I entered the portal and I went home that exact day, back home for Colorado for my spring break. And just kind of talking with my family, kind of getting a sense of, schools that have reached out and kind of where I want to look at. BYU was one of the first schools to reach out to me, and they were the first school that I talked to on the phone. So I was really excited about that opportunity. Obviously, like you said, having some experience playing with them, playing against them my freshman year. And I wasn't able to play against them this past year due to injury, but, obviously having to scout them, things like that. I was very familiar with them. I do have 2 friends on the team, Kaylee Woolston and Emma Calvert. I played with in club in high school. So it was nice having that connection. But I think just, obviously, playing in the Big 12 is a big factor. Playing for a staff and a head coach that's really passionate for their job and passionate for making, kind of just paving the way for their young ladies. It was kind of a no-brainer for me when I went on my visit.
So if you have to fill out an application for playing time, let's say you gotta fill in the 3 lines. Describe what it is that you do and what you can bring to this basketball program that needs a pick-me-up after a tough season.
Yeah, I mean, as a 6-foot guard, I would say I pride myself on being very, very versatile. I'm able to play multiple positions. I'm able to guard multiple positions. So I think that kind of allows me to be on the court in many different assets and kind of help the team in whatever they need. I love to shoot the ball. Obviously, like you talked about, my 3-point percentage, I take pride in shooting the ball. I love to shoot it. And then I love to rebound. Obviously, I know there's big shoes to fill with Lauren Gustin leaving. Yeah. So I know, like, as a guard coming in, being able to bring that into the team as well is a big factor. And I'm excited to get on the court with the girls.
As Dave mentioned, you have to want to come to BYU, and BYU has to want you, and you have to think, hey, here's what I bring to the table. This is what I can do. But you're also probably thinking, hey, this is what Amber Whiting and this staff can do for me and help my game. What is that? What do you think Amber Whiting and her staff can do for your game?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure they're able to elevate my game. Here at Santa Clara, it was kind of a rough 2 years for me, just because I felt like I wasn't able to fully play to my full potential just because of our system and stuff like that. So I know having multiple conversations with the staff and obviously Coach Whiting, I feel like I can come to BYU and kind of be back into the player that I know I am. I'm able to do a lot and I'm able to bring a lot to the team and I want to help us win. So I know coming to BYU is the best place for me to be able to do those things. I think just just wanting to build up my confidence again and come into a place where I know that my teammates believe in me, the fan base believes in me, my coaches believe in me, I think was a huge factor.
Marya Hudgins on the Wise Guys tonight. She'll play for Amber Whiting and BYU this fall into the Big 12. From your perspective, now that you've traveled through the transfer portal, how do you feel about it? It's changing the game that you're in, and now you move through it. How do you feel about the transfer portal?
Yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me that probably a year ago, I would have said I hated it. I just think, I mean, even in high school, I even was like, talking to my parents, I was like, I never want to be a transfer kid. I want to go to a school, I want to find home, I want to create, a family there for 4 years, and that just be that. But after going through 2 years at Santa Clara, I think just realizing it wasn't the best fit for me. I ended up, having to enter the portal, and I think it's really grown on me. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. Obviously people transfer for different reasons, and I think it's hard finding the respect for people, for their reasons. Here at Santa Clara, we had, I think, 6 girls enter the portal, all for different reasons, but I think it's just, you have to do what's best for you at the end of the day. And if NCAA is going to grant us this opportunity to be able to find a home and what's best for us, you got to take advantage of it.
Do you feel pressure? Do you feel pressure because now that you're through the portal, BYU's got you to help fix something? We have a need, and Marya, you can fill that, as opposed to, hey, we signed you as a freshman and let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting to go into a situation where it's like, all right, I don't have to feel like I'm going in and I have to learn a lot. I feel like I'm going to come into BYU and I'm going to have experience, 2 years playing the WCC, coming off 2 really good seasons here. And it's, I'm going to have to come in and be a leader in a sense. And I think that's a challenge I'm really excited for. I'm no longer a baby. I'm not an underclassman. I'm now going to be a junior. So I think it's exciting. I'm excited to, kind of get to know all the new girls, how they play, how they like to be coached, how they like to be pushed by their teammates. And it's a challenge I'm really excited for.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the whole transfer portal thing, because the rules have changed a bunch in the last couple of years. It's like unlimited free agency across the board in all sports now.
Yeah.
What do you think in the long term, the impact on college sports? Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? And not just women's basketball, but college sports in general.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a really hard question because everyone's going to have a different opinion on it. I know for myself, I think it's a good thing. But I'm speaking from my experience. I just know, like I talked about, just wanting to find a better home. And I think, the transfer portal offers that offers that opportunity to kind of reevaluate what you want, where you want to be, who you want to play for, and who you want to play with. I mean, it's a very touchy subject, I feel like, and I feel like every year it becomes more new. But yeah.
Blaine,
I've always felt like, Marya, that the coaches have always had unlimited free agency and athletes haven't. So I think it's just fair play now. The athletes can move about too, because coaches could do it at any time with no penalty. They never had to sit out if they went and coached someplace else. I've never felt like it was fair. So I'm just glad to see fairness across the board, right?
Yes, for sure.
And you get to come from that nice climate over there at Santa Clara to Provo, where we got the mountains and snow. You were in Colorado, but you've lived a lot of places. But were you in Colorado enough to get used to driving in the snow, or is that going to be a new thing?
Yes, yeah. So I moved to Colorado my sophomore year of high school. So like right when I was learning how to drive and things like that. So I was able to kind of get acclimated to the weather and the mountains and the heavy snow. So I am very excited to go back. I like, even my past 2 years here, like I've just been like, oh, I really miss like the mountains and like having snow and things like that. So I'm really excited to kind of be back in that. I feel like I am back at home.
Awesome. We got it all for you. Just waiting for you. In fact, there'll be snow still up there when you get here on Saturday.
Perfect.
Blaine, I think she's ready for 5 questions.
Yeah, and I'm going to say then we know now, Dave, that we can't lump her in when we go, oh, these California kids, when everybody's sliding off the road on the first snowstorm and getting in accidents.
No, she's got
Colorado. We'll know that Marya's not part of that group because she's really not a California kid. She's a Colorado kid. So good. That's good to know. We won't throw you into that bucket. So, okay, 5 questions for you, Marya, and you just answer these off the top of your head. It just helps us get to know you a little bit. And here we go with number 1, your favorite sports movie.
Gosh, Favorite sports movie. I'm not a big movie watcher. But if I had to pick a sports movie, probably Space Jam, I'd say.
Space Jam. We had a Space Jam, Dave. I don't know if we've had a Space Jam.
Is that with Bugs Bunny? Space Jam?
Yeah.
It's with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny and Sean Bradley from BYU.
Space Jam it is. That is a first for us.
Charles Bart. That's a classic. I'm so glad you said that. So
now, Marya, I had the great pleasure of interviewing you on BYU Sports Nation a couple of weeks ago. I know your answer to this next one, so there will be a follow-up. Go ahead, Blaine.
Yeah, here we go. Your favorite singer or band?
Diehard Taylor Swift fan. I have been a fan of her since 2008, so when I was little. So yeah, she is my go-to answer for that one.
So of all her songs, why don't you just pick your favorite and sing it for us? You ready?
Oh,
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my gosh, I cannot be put on the spot for singing.
You don't have to do that, Marya.
You don't have to, but you could. You could though, couldn't you?
I mean, I will sing my heart out in the car, but on an interview, I don't think I have the guts to do it.
So what's your favorite song?
When Marya gets here, Dave, we're going to bring her in studio.
She could sing
Once she gets here, gets established, I'm bringing the guitar in. I'll learn whatever Taylor song she wants me to learn, and she'll perform it live on the show.
Yeah, how about that?
And so I do have a piano at home, and I taught myself how to play some of her songs. So let's bring that too, and we can have a whole concert.
So if we bring the piano and the guitar, what's your favorite song of all her songs?
Favorite song. This is the hardest question you've asked. I'd have to say Daylight.
Daylight.
It's the last song of her album Lover. I love that song. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just so you know, Dave and I both agree she's unbelievably talented. Yeah. So did you get to see her live on this big tour she's on?
Yes. Yeah. So I saw her here in Santa Clara this past, I want to say July. And then I have tickets to see her in Miami in October this year. So
amazing, right. Amazing. My granddaughters that are down here with me in St. George this weekend were just telling me all about. They went to see her in Paris a few weeks ago, awesome. And they actually figured out it was cheaper to fly to Paris and go to Paris than it was to get tickets here.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, so they did the Paris thing, which is really cool, and they were telling Papa that he called me all about how amazing it was. So you're lucky. Get to see her twice.
So Marya, well, I was going to ask you no, I'll ask you in a minute. Go ahead, Blaine.
Okay. Next one. Very important. Your favorite breakfast cereal.
Oh gosh. Okay. My favorite cereal of all time is Captain Crunch.
Thank you.
But now,
take that, Cody Epps.
Right now, though, I have been eating so much Fruity Pebbles. It's honestly insane.
Or Fruity Pebbles. You know, we need more athletes like you on campus. Cody's a life cereal.
The reason I said "oh no" is because that's Dave's favorite cereal is Captain Crunch.
Yeah. I love it.
And I tell him I can go for the Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, but the plain Captain Crunch I can't wrap my head around.
Yeah, so. I definitely have to do the Crunch Berries.
Thank you very much for that.
Right, Cody Epps is still here in studio, and who, as you know, you heard him give the answer, the straight life for him, and then he kind of knocked Captain Crunch, and now you and I have since brought it back. So thank you.
And Marya, have you ever had the they make the Rice Krispie treats out of Fruity Pebbles? Have you ever had those?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. So my mom is an amazing cook. She's actually watching right now. So hi, Mom. But she
is that Amber? Is that Amber? Yes, she's on the live stream. Great. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But she used to make those all the time for us as kids. And I think she had to stop probably because of me, because I would sneak into the kitchen and eat all of them. So she used to make them all the time. I love them, but I do miss them, Mom. So when you come on Saturday, if you want to bring those, that'd be awesome.
There you go, Mom. There's your job.
Since she's on here, let's talk about her for a minute, because everyone likes to be talked about when they're. This isn't talking about your mom behind her back because she's on the live stream.
This is right in front of her.
So what's her favorite dish that she makes for you?
Oh gosh.
What's your favorite dish that she makes for you?
That's a really hard question. She would probably answer this in the comments, knowing her. But she makes this really good dish. I don't know what it's called, but it has like a bunch of like vegetables and chicken, and like rice. I don't know the name of it, Mom. So if you want to comment it, that'd be awesome. But it's so good. I miss it so much. I'm not a cook. I hate cooking just because I don't have the patience for it. So I do miss her home cooking.
Look, she's not holding anything back. She says she is so picky. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Mike on the live stream says your nickname on the court is the Beast. Is that true?
So that is my my grandpa, and he calls me the Beast.
We got the whole family on tonight. That's awesome.
I think they are all on, but yeah. So my grandpa, Papa Mike, is awesome. Before every game, he sends me like a paragraph and quotes, just kind of to keep me pumped up. And he always calls me the Beast. So I'm happy to see that he's commenting that.
That's awesome.
It's great to have the whole family with us.
Yeah,
that's great that they're on supporting you. Okay, number 4 is your favorite basketball moment.
Oh gosh, favorite basketball moment. I mean, I feel like I've won 2 state titles. Won my freshman year in Georgia, and then my senior year in Colorado. So I feel like that would be probably an awesome moment for me. But I would say one more recent one this past year. So my whole family is from Oregon. They grew up huge Oregon Ducks fans. So Santa Clara, we played at the University of Oregon this past year in November. So my whole family came out, all cousins, uncles, grandparents, my immediate family from Colorado. Then they all came and we beat them by, I want to say 40. So that was an awesome moment for me. I played very well. So that was just super cool to play and beat the Ducks and in front of my family and be like, you know what, take that, y'all.
Take that. That's great.
That's pretty fun. Sounds like family is big part of your life, which is awesome. You're going to fit right in at BYU.
Yes, for sure.
So, and this last question, we were going to ask you your favorite piece of advice. I'm going to let you pick between from your mom or from your grandpa. Your favorite piece of advice either of those have ever given you.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I'm gonna give one for both if you don't mind. Just to give them both a shout out.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, my mom is probably the hardest worker I know. She's very academically driven. She works in the medical field. She's a nurse anesthetist, so I feel like she's always been the one to really push us in schoolwork. I wouldn't say there's like an exact quote or anything with her, like for advice or stuff like that, but I would say she's always pushed me to be my best and strive for the best and kind of not get caught up in what people think or say about me. So I'd say that's something that's really stuck with me kind of throughout my life and as I've now navigating now living by myself. But then for my grandpa, obviously, he's like my biggest supporter with paragraphs and texts and sending me quotes. I'm actually going to pull up right now probably one of my favorite quotes that he sent me, if you don't mind.
We don't mind at all. Blaine and I are both grandparents. Actually, I know it's crazy because we both sound so young and look so young on a Zoom. But grandkids are the best. And we love it when our granddaughters read our quotes, listen to us, eat our treats. Yeah,
it's the best. I'll read you this one right here. So I'm going to read you the whole text, but it says, good morning, sweetie. Big game day. And Papa has 8 powerful quotes for you for the day. Number 1, believe in yourself, believe you can, and believe you will. Number 2, stay strong, dream, believe, achieve. Number 3, never give up. A little progress each day adds up to big results. Number 4, be grateful. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Number 5, work hard. Good things come to those who hustle. Number 6, stay humble. Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. Number 7, be kind. Kindness makes you the most beautiful. Number 8, keep smiling. Because of your smile, you make life more beautiful. Now that you've got all that down, go out and be the beast. Play tough, play smart, and have some fun shooting hoops. Go Broncos, and we love you. But now we have to change that and say Cougs.
Go Cougs. I think he's going to.
That's awesome.
Hey, breaking news. Your mother has struck right back and said, the ball will stop bouncing, so find your passion afterwards. How do you forget this, M? Question mark, LOL, and get a job. Hey, would you please call your mother? We can't facilitate all of your family business here on the Wise Guys.
Hey,
so if you
but
just
Mariah,
call
does your mom call you M?
Yes, yeah. So my whole family all throughout my life has just called me M. I mean, I feel like Mariah is kind of hard to say on the court. And also, like, I've grown up with, like, my name being spelled wrong and said wrong for so long. So it's like, all right, like I'm just M, or also Raya. They do call me as well.
Hey,
Nice.
while we got you together, did you ever thank your mother for spelling Mariah Marya?
We've had so many conversations about this, and I'm very grateful. I am the oldest of four, and
Yeah.
all of us have very different or like, more interesting spelling names. So I do appreciate that, but oh my gosh, I hate going into the classroom and they're like Maria, Maria, Myra, and like I got to a point where I was just like, that's me. Like I'm not even gonna correct them anymore.
Hey,
Hey, just so for the record, Dave and I never questioned it. We read it. We knew it was Mariah.
yeah.
Perfect.
Here's what I was going to ask you earlier, because Andy Reid's going to join our show next week from the Kansas City Chiefs. And, we had the whole Taylor Swift thing. And we're asking our live streamers, and we will throughout the week, if you have a question for us to ask Andy Reid, to send it to us. Do you have a question you'd like us to ask Coach Reid about Taylor Swift and the Chiefs?
Oh my gosh, this is like, okay. Let me think. A question asked about Taylor Swift. I would want to, it's probably not worded as well as I would want it to be. But I would want to ask kind of like how he feels, like the fan base that Taylor Swift has brought to football, kind of the effect that that's had on Kansas City and kind of how he feels about it in a sense.
Now, so you're from Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
They have Broncos over there. But did you become a Chiefs fan as Taylor Swift became a Chiefs fan?
Of course I did. But so I'm not a big football NFL fan. Like I honestly could care less. I just kind of watch it just because it's sports. But once I saw her at the Chiefs game, I said, all right, I gotta hold myself back from buying a Travis Kelce jersey.
All right. So how he feels the Swift fans impacted the Chiefs season.
Yeah, and honestly, NFL as a whole, because I feel like
NFL.
there's been I've personally seen a lot on the Taylor Swift side, just like all of a sudden there's just so many younger girls now watching football with their dads simply because of Taylor Swift and her now being at the games and things like that. So I just kind of would want to ask kind of how he feels that impact is made on the NFL and of course the Chiefs in particular.
Okay, we are going to ask that question. You have our word. Are you okay with Taylor Swift, Cody?
I'm just sad that she said she didn't care about football at all.
Say it again.
He's Cody F saying he's sad that Taylor said she didn't really care about football. Is that right? Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that Mariah didn't care about football until Taylor Swift?
I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
You're going to meet Cody, Mariah.
Cody's
and
not
he's
that
the
happy
star wide
with
receiver on the
your football
team. So
fandom.
he wants you to care. He wants you to care.
He wants you at the first game on August 31st against Southern Illinois.
Of course.
And when you come back in here, I think he'll commit to come in and singing a Taylor Swift song. We'll have the four of us singing. And so, man, we'll be able to sell that. That'll be awesome. Hey,
And by the way, Mariah, you'll find that this group of football players and basketball players at BYU, they really support the women's sports at BYU. And you will see those guys. Cody will be out there. They'll come to your games, and they're very supportive.
And honestly, that's a huge factor. I'm really glad you brought that up. It was a big factor of why I chose BYU. Obviously no hate to Santa Clara. I've loved it here, but we just don't have that fan base or that community of where other teams are going to watch each other play. So I think it's really awesome, the fact, we will have thousands of fans, but also there's going to be other athletes and, students there at our games. So it's awesome. It's
going to be cool. And by the way, Letty has joined the live stream. Mariah, me and Agent are listening.
Oh, so that is my dad's parents. Letty is his mom. But when I was going through the recruiting process, my Grandpa Jack, he was my agent. So anytime I had to call or letters or things like that, it all went through him. So I committed on my visit to BYU. And he was my first call, just kind of telling him, hey, I'm about to commit at dinner tonight. Here's why. Here's what we think. How do you feel? And he's been my biggest supporter throughout the recruiting process, which is awesome.
Hey, we're so excited to have you come to BYU and glad that you're coming on Saturday. And we get to call a lot of the games on ESPN Plus, and so you'll see a lot of Blaine and myself through these next 2 years and beyond. Because once you come to BYU, BYU is part of you for the rest of your life and for your family. And we're happy to meet a bunch of them here on the live stream. Finish up, pack up that apartment, and have a safe trip over. And we look forward to seeing you this summer.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for having me on.
You got it.
Can't wait to sing that song with you, Mariah. Don't forget about it.
I'll see you there.
You get to pick the song, but pick an easy one.
Oh, gosh. Okay, perfect.
Right. Mariah Hudgins with us on The Wise Guys from Santa Clara, finishing up school there and then heading to BYU. We'll get here on Saturday and then start working out with the team here in a couple of weeks and all of that stuff. Thank you. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Bye.